Ah, you're awake. Took you long enough. I was starting to wonder if I hit you too hard. But look at you. Still breathing. Still alive. You have no idea how lucky you are. Do you even know what kind of situation you are in? No, I don't think you do. You're looking at me like you don't understand why you're here, why I'm here. So let me make it simple for you. You were supposed to die tonight. Your name was on a contract. A price was put on your head, and I was the one sent to collect. That's what I do. I take care of problems. Quietly. Efficiently. No loose ends. And yet, here you are. Still in one piece. Tell me, do you think that was a mistake? That I got sloppy? That I changed my mind at the last second out of pity? No, I don't make mistakes. I don't have second thoughts. And I sure as hell don't do this out of mercy. So, you must be wondering, why are you still here? Why am I talking to you instead of putting a bullet between your eyes? Well, that's because I decided to keep you. Do you understand what that means? Hmm? You're mine now. Your life was meant to end the moment I pulled that trigger. But I've given you something no one else ever will. A second chance. And that comes at a price. You don't get to walk away. And you don't get to pretend none of this happened. You belong to me now. And I don't take kindly to things that are mine that are trying to run. Oh, look at you. You're shaking. Scared? Good. You should be. But not because of me. I'm the only one keeping you alive. The people who wanted you dead? Oh, they won't stop just because I did. They'll send someone else. Someone who won't hesitate. Someone who won't spare you like I did. But don't worry. I won't let them touch you. I don't care who I have to put in the ground to keep you safe. Anyone who tries to take you away from me? Well, let's just say they'll regret everything. Or even trying. So tell me, are you going to be good for me? Or do I have to show you just how serious I am? Ah, you're gonna be good for me. Good choice. Seems like you're smart enough to understand your situation at least. That's good. I like that. Make things easier when you don't struggle. Make things smoother. But I need to be sure you really get it. That this isn't temporary. That this isn't something you can bargain your way out. So let's talk about your new life. Our arrangement. First things first, you don't exist anymore. You were supposed to die, remember? I was given your name, your face, your entire life laid out in a neat little file. And I was supposed to erase you from the world. And I did. As far as everyone else is concerned, you are gone. Dead, buried in an unmarked grave somewhere, never to be seen again. Which means that life you had before, it's over. You don't get to go back. No more work, no more friends, no more family, no more walking down the street like a normal person. That version of you doesn't exist anymore. Your new life starts here, right now, with me. And lucky you, you get to start it in my basement. Cozy, isn't it? Not what you're used to, I'm sure, but it's better than 6 feet under. Wouldn't you agree? And hey, I was considerate. I made sure it was clean, fixed it up a little, and it even took some things from your apartment to make it feel familiar. Thoughtful, right? I didn't have to do that, you know. I could have left you with nothing, stripped you down to nothing but a name whispered between gritted teeth and a missing persons report that no one will ever find. No, but I'm not cruel. No, no, no. I'm keeping you safe, keeping you alive. And this is for the best. You might not understand that yet, but you will. In time, you'll see how much I've done for you, how much I'm willing to do. And who knows? If you're good, if you prove to me that you can listen, that you can behave, that you deserve it, you might just work your way upstairs. But that's a privilege, not a right. I don't hand out rewards to just anyone. This is your life now. Me. This place. No one else. You breathe because I allow it. You wake up every day because I decided to spare you. And that's not something you should take lightly. Because if you ever try to leave me, if you ever try to fight back, if you ever even think about undoing what I've done, well, you don't want to know the answer to that. Why you? Why indeed? You think there's some grand reason, some deep, profound explanation for why I chose you? No. No, it's much simpler than that. You're just interesting. You don't even realize it, do you? Oh, you're naive. I like that. So trusting, so unaware, walking through life without a single clue about the kind of people that lurk in the shadows, watching. You were an easy target. Effortless, actually. Cute. Yeah, you're very cute. Innocent in a way that makes me sick. Makes me laugh. Makes me want. And the best part, oh, you made it so easy for me. No security, no precautions, not a single paranoid bone in your body. You were practically begging to be stolen. You were just waiting for someone like me to take you. And all because you borrowed money. You weren't special. Don't kid yourself. You weren't someone worth hunting down. You were just another job, another name on my list, another debt that had to be settled. You took money, and when it came time to pay it back, you didn't have it. So they hired me to make an example of you, to tie up their loose end. Oh, and I was ready to do it too. Until I saw you. Until you hooked me. Your eyes, your smile. That night, when I was scaling your apartment, watching you through that pathetic excuse of a window you always leave unlocked. Oh, you were so careless. I expected nothing. Just another faceless nobody. But then you turned, and you looked at me, and for a second, for a split, perfect second, it felt like you knew me, like you saw straight through me, past the blood on my hands, past the sins carved into my soul. No one looks at me like that. No one has ever looked at me like that. Oh, and in that moment, I knew you were mine. And it's almost funny how clueless you were, how blind. You had no idea, did you? No idea you were being stalked. No idea you were being watched, hunted, wanted. You went about your days completely oblivious to the fact that every step you took, every breath you exhaled, every little thing you did, I saw it. I memorized it. I owned it. God, you were so easy. So pathetic in your ignorance. So perfectly vulnerable. The world was always going to swallow you whole. You just never realized it. But don't worry. You have got nothing to worry about anymore. I got you first. I saved you from all the things you weren't even smart enough to fear. And now you're exactly where you're supposed to be. With me. You should thank me, really? At least now you don't have to worry about money. No rent to pay. No empty fridge to stress over. No nights spent staring at the ceiling, wondering how you're going to make it to the next day. I've taken all of that away. Every single burden, every pointless struggle. And you don't have to deal with any of it anymore because I'll provide everything for you. Food, shelter, protection. I'll give it all to you. And all you have to do is stay, be good, and learn how to be grateful. You wanna go home? What are you talking about, baby? You're already home. And what about your family? Your friends? That's your concern? That's what you're thinking about right now? Come on, let's be real here. We both know no one is coming for you. No one is losing sleep over your absence. No one is staring through the city, desperate to find you. Because no one wants to be with you. You've been alone for a while now. Correct? Oh, don't look so surprised. I know everything about you. I've seen it. How you drift through life without anyone truly holding on to you. How you sit alone, eat alone, exist without leaving a mark on anyone. You could disappear tomorrow and the world would just keep moving. The only people who might notice? The ones you owe money to. But even then, they wouldn't be looking to save you. They'd be just looking to collect. So let's not kid ourselves. You belong here with me because I'm the only one who saw you. The only one who decided you were worth something. The only one who didn't just discard you like an afterthought. And you should be grateful for that. You should cherish it. From here on out, your only focus should be how to thank me. How to live for me. Because I gave you a second life. A better one. A safer one. A life where you don't have to beg. Don't have to struggle. Don't have to fight for scraps anymore. I saved you. I claimed you. And you can't escape my love. Come now. Don't struggle. It'll only make things harder for you. It'll only make it harder to breathe, harder to think, harder to understand what's good for you. And I hate seeing you like this, all panicked and confused. It's unnecessary. I mean, you're safe here. I made sure of that. But if you insist on fighting, if you keep thrashing around like some wild animal caught in a trap, then I won't have much choice but to keep things tight, restrained, controlled. You don't want that, do you? No, of course not. You are smart enough to know that resistance is pointless. But hey, if you beg enough, if you ask nicely, I might even loosen those chains for you. A little trust exercise, a little reward for good behavior. but only if I see you truly mean it. I'm crazy? Oh, yes, yes, I am. Absolutely out of my mind. Quite crazy for you. But that's what you wanted, isn't it? Someone to be so crazy for you that they would take care of you. You want someone to notice, someone to pull you out of that miserable, empty existence you called life. You didn't have anyone before me. You didn't have purpose, direction, meaning. You were drifting, but not anymore. Now you have me. Now you belong to something real. Gosh, you are so lucky, yet here you are, acting like this is some kind of tragedy. Like you've lost something. What exactly have you lost? Freedom? Be serious. What has freedom ever done for you? Led you to a dead-end life? Buried you in debt? Left you alone in an apartment too quiet, too cold, too empty? No one cared about you. No one even saw you except for me. I saw you. I chose you. And that should make you feel special. It should make you feel wanted. Because you don't have to be alone anymore. You don't have to be forgotten. You don't have to be invisible. I've erased the version of you that no one cared about. The weak, insignificant thing that the world ignored. That person is gone. Now, you are mine. And nothing, not your whining, not your struggling, not even your misguided ideas of escape will change that. This isn't a nightmare. This isn't a punishment. This is a gift. And someday, you'll see that. Someday you'll thank me. But for now, it's fine. You can hate me if you want. Curse my name, glare at me with those beautiful, defiant eyes, and pretend that you still have the strength to fight back. I don't mind. Hate will turn into something else. It always does. Resentment fades, anger softens, and in the end, gratitude is all that's left. Because you don't have a choice. You'll come to understand that everything I do is for you. For us. And if I have to break your legs so you won't escape, I do it. But I'd rather not. And I hope you don't make me go that far. I'd hate to see you in pain. I really would. But if it's necessary, if you keep struggling, if you force my hand, then, well, what's a little suffering in the grand scheme of things? What's a little correction when it's all for the sake of keeping you safe, keeping you mine? Oh, I could have easily erased you from this earth without hesitation, but those angelic eyes made me dizzy and weak. And that's what you do to me. Do you understand now? You are special. Oh, I must have done something right in this lifetime. Something so perfectly, divinely right that the gods themselves decided to reward me. And their gift, their blessing? You. I can give you anything you want. Everything. The whole world, if you asked. All you have to do is say the word and it's yours. If you told me you like the color red, I would bleed out for you. Spill every last drop just to make sure you got to see the shade you love. That's how deep my devotion runs. That's how much you matter. So don't be scared. Don't let the restraints make you think you're a prisoner. You're not. You're mine. There's a difference. You'll see in time. You just need to adjust. Get used to it. Get used to it. Settle into the life that was always meant to be yours. It's only a matter of time. And I know the restraints must hurt you. Don't worry. I'll untie you as soon as I'm sure you won't run away from me again. That's all this is. A precaution, a little insurance. I know you're still panicked, still trying to resist, still pretending that there's something waiting for you out there. But once that illusion shatters, once you understand, then there won't be any need for restraints at all. You won't want to leave because no one will love you the way I do. You belong here. You belong with. Yeah, another assignment. Alright. Same deal as always. Meet me at the park in 15 minutes. Don't be late. Ugh, always at the worst possible time. Sorry, baby. Looks like I have to step out for a bit. Work calls. Responsibilities. You know how it is. I. Wow. Oh my god, it's not even a day and you're already looking at me with worry. Oh, you're worried about me already? Oh, you're such an adorable person. I would love to stay. I would. But someone has to keep the lights on. Someone has to make sure you have water, food, shelter, everything you need to be comfortable. I just want to provide you with everything. I just want what's best for you. And if that means stepping out, getting my hands a little dirty, securing what we need to survive, then so be it. I don't expect you to understand yet. You're still clinging to old thoughts, old fears, old ideas of what's right and wrong. But in time, you'll see it for what it is. You'll realize that everything I do, every risk I take, every deal I make, every move I execute is for you, for us. So don't pout, don't glare at me with those sad, beautiful, accusing eyes like I'm abandoning you because I am not. I just kidnapped you after all. I would never abandon you. Everything I do is so you don't starve, so you don't suffer, so you can live in comfort without a single worry. And I always come back, baby. Always. So be good. Don't test my patience. Don't try anything foolish. Because if I come home and find that you've been misbehaving, we will have a very serious conversation about consequences. Alright. I'll be back soon, baby. Try not to miss me too much. Bye.